The sprint review is probably the most important Scrum meeting for product people, and in this video, I'll share practical tips to help you get the most out of it and use it to increase the chances of creating a successful product. I'm product management expert Roman Pichler. I've applied Scrum for more than 20 years, and I write about sprint reviews in my book, Agile Product Management with Scrum. First tip, be clear on the meeting objectives. The sprint review meeting serves two main purposes. First, it facilitates product discovery. It helps you validate the latest product increment or prototype and discover opportunities to offer new and enhanced features. A common way to achieve this is to invite selected users and customers, as well as internal stakeholders, run a demo, and ask the attendees for feedback. The second objective of the meeting is to guide product delivery. It allows you to determine what is done, track the development progress, and forecast if the product will be delivered as expected. Now, plenty of sprint reviews I have attended emphasized delivery and neglected product discovery. Don't make this mistake. Use the meeting to check if your product is offering the right features and user experience. And if that's not the case, shipping it on time and on budget is of little value. My second tip is to involve the right people and invite the individuals whose input you need to validate the latest product increment and move the product forward. These are usually users and customers, as well as internal stakeholders who might include people from marketing, sales, service, and support, depending on your product and organization. Ask the Scrum Master to facilitate, and if you don't have one, see if another product manager or product owner can act as a facilitator. This frees you from having to moderate and allows you to focus on gathering feedback and determining the development progress. Sometimes it's helpful to split the sprint review meeting into two parts. In the first part, you and the development team get together. The team demos the product increment, you give feedback to the team members and determine which items are done and how much progress has been made. In the second part, the stakeholders, users, and customers join the meeting. As the person in charge of the product, you are often best suited to present the product increment at this stage. You are likely to best understand how a user would interact with the product and use the new functionality. Additionally, you probably know best how to collect feedback that helps you learn if the right user experience and functionality are offered. Splitting the meeting allows you to have a focused conversation with the development team and address potential issues before other people join you. Make sure though that the development team members attend the entire meeting and are present in the second part. Hearing feedback directly from users, customers, and stakeholders is truly invaluable. More than one sprint review meeting I've attended was quickly over. A development team member demoed the functionality to confused looking attendees, with the product owner being in the background. Afterwards, the Scrum Master asked if there were any questions or feedback, but the individuals just looked at each other. A few said, "Nice job," and "Looks good," and then they left. The valuable feedback gathered in this meeting was zero. To avoid such a sprint review, encourage people to actively participate and share their views, ideas, and concerns. Use open-ended questions. For example, what do you think about the improvements we made to feature XYZ? Try to understand why somebody likes or dislikes something and why someone suggests a new feature or a change to an existing one. Receiving feedback such as "looks great" may feel good, but it does not offer any new insights. Additionally, do your best to attentively listen to the attendees and appreciate their views, but don't be afraid to say no to ideas and requests. If they are not helpful and realistic, use the product roadmap and strategy to decide if you should take on a request. If you are unsure, test the idea or request in the next sprint. Imagine that the feedback you've collected suggests that people are going to love your product. However, if you're way behind schedule and over budget, it may not become a massive success. It's therefore important that you regularly determine the development progress. And the sprint review meeting is a great opportunity to do this. You should now be able to tell which items were completed using the definition of done. This set of criteria states when a product backlog item is considered to be finished. For instance, it's been unit integration and system tested, has achieved a certain test coverage, the code complies with the agreed coding standards, and its complexity is sufficiently low. Finally, the appropriate user and development documentation is available. Once you understand how many items are done, you can use a tool like the release burndown chart to determine how far you have come and if you are on track to meet the product goal as expected. Based on the progress, you can decide if you have to make any changes. For example, adjust the product goal and deliver fewer features than planned, or push out the release date. The original idea of the sprint review meeting is to bring the right people together and collect feedback from everyone at the same time. If that works for you, then that's great. Often though, I find that it's more helpful to gather feedback from users and stakeholders separately. Why? Well, both groups tend to have different perspectives and needs. Testing product increments with users allows you to understand if the product is likely to do a great job for its target group, if it offers the right user experience and the right features. Discussing increments with stakeholders helps you understand if the product can be effectively offered, if it can be marketed, sold, and supported by your organization. What's more, it's often best to collect feedback from users and stakeholders using different techniques. Demoing the product increment to end users only makes sense when very little functionality has been implemented. Otherwise, it tends to be more helpful to observe or measure how people actually use the product, employing, for example, usability tests and early releases. As these techniques often require more time than the sprint review meeting offers, collecting user data and stakeholder feedback separately makes a lot of sense. Consequently, you would invite stakeholders to the sprint review, but not necessarily users and customers. To conclude, sprint review meetings aren't just another meeting. They help you build a product with the right features and user experience. To leverage them, involve the right people, get quality feedback, and own your decisions. I hope you found my tips helpful. To learn more, attend my training courses and read my book, Agile Product Management with Scrum. Let me know your best and worst sprint review moments and any questions you might have in the comments. Thanks for watching.